Hi guys, let's get made up together. So yeah, I started with my moisturizer, and this was just me like applying it to every part of my skin, and at the same time ensuring that I was blending it in. Yeah, so this was basically me just blending the moisturizer in. Next thing, I went in with my lip gloss because I wanted to ensure that my lips were not chapped for when I would want to apply my lipstick. Next thing, I did my edges because I always wanted to sit for a little bit before I start my makeup. Then I tied my scarf and voila, started my makeup. So next thing that I did, or next thing that you want to do, you want to use a mascara wand to comb out your brows properly. Then you want to use a pencil. This one, I think I was using a David's pencil. So what I usually do is I trace the lower part of my brows and then the upper part of my brows, and I did the same thing for the other side. Here you can see that I was tracing the upper part of my brows, and I was just ensuring that I was following the shape of my actual brows. Next thing, you also want to ensure that you are combing the air in your brows to ensure that everything is well blended. Next, you want to fill it in with your pencil. And what you want to do is, instead of just shading, you want to do light strokes. Just light strokes. Yeah, shading your hair, filling in your hair a little bit. Not that you are going all in like as though you are sketching, but instead you are using light stroke. You can see that that's what I was doing in this place. All right, next you want to ensure that you are using your mascara wand to properly comb the brows and ensure that everything is sitting as it should. After this, I went in with my concealer, and you guys, this Nuban Beauty concealer is one of my favorite concealers ever. I like it because it's quite light and it's just like perfect for my shade. So at this point, I had started concealing the other part of my brows, as you can see, but I wasn't quite feeling it. So I decided to, just go along with the one that looks like I was going to get it right. So what you want to do is conceal your brows. Just conceal that brows according to what you have drawn, according to that line. And if there are any excesses, you want to probably take it off at this time. Next, you want to ensure that every part of that concealer is blended well into your skin. Do the same for your upper brows. But you guys, I think that the upper brows, like concealing the upper part of my brows, is like major work for me, like all the time, right? So I'm always very super careful with it. So you see that here I tried to ensure that I was following what I had drawn earlier and removing like the excesses that I quite didn't want. Next, you want to conceal to give you that skin feel in a way that people cannot tell your concealer and your skin apart. Next, here I cleaned my concealer away from my hand. Next thing, I went in with my MAC foundation, and you guys, this foundation is such an holy grail. I like the skin feel that it gives my makeup all the time, and because of that, I usually don't always have to use a lot. So this was me applying the foundation to like the lower part of my face and ensuring that I blended it well. I did this for the other part of my face, like the other side of my face, and just blended everything properly. And look at that skin work. God, I really should be a makeup artist. I think at this point I was talking to my husband's cousins that were around with us during the Christmas. So yeah, again, I was blending my skin, ensuring that my neck part was properly blended. Next thing, I went in with my spray. That's my makeup spray, my makeup stay, to ensure that my foundation was sitting right. Again, went back in with my Nuban Beauty to conceal my under eye. They call it baking. I want to tell you guys a story, but at the same time, I feel like this video is too short for that. But when I started to learn how to bake, it was such an awesome. Everywhere that I would go to with my mom, I would bake my face. She would complain and say, "Oh, it's only makeup I know how to do." But looking back, I'm so glad that I learned like everything that I learned at the time. So yeah, I was concealing my chin, concealing my nose, and yeah, I also concealed the upper part, that's my forehead, and blended everything all together. So here's me blending it. And I think, yeah, for my blending I usually don't use my bigger beauty blender. I use the tinier one that helps me, you know, go in properly. So yeah, I was trying to do, you know, blush. And since I found out about blush, my god, I've been sold. So for the blush I used one of the a lipstick palette that I used the red lippy to do my blush. So here is me blending it and doing the same for the other part of my face. And this is one of the advantages of having big cheeks. Your blush is gonna pop. So this is me concealing. I don't know if that's what I was doing, or contouring, I mean. Yeah, and sometimes I contour, not even sometimes, most times I contour with my eyeshadow, because nobody got money to buy contour set. So I contour with my eyeshadow. I use like a really dark brown shade to, you know, contour. And there again I was talking. So next thing, I went in with my baking powder. I don't know, is that what they call it? Baking powder, setting powder. Yeah, setting powder. So this is me setting my under eye. I'm going to do the same for the other part of my eyes. I'm going to do it for my chin, I'm going to do it for my nose, and I'm going to do it for my forehead. So pretty. Such a pretty babe. Okay, now you may be wondering, where's the baking powder? So I had started applying my eyeshadow before I, you know, did my foundation, and before I concealed my face, or I think before I concealed my face. So I just wanted to ensure that everything was well put together. So this is me using like a, I've forgotten what they call it, but like a, is it translucent color? I'm not even sure at this point, but this was me using like a darker shade first, and then I went in with this shimmer that is like my favorite eyeshadow of all time. Like, I just like the way it is, very minimal, but yet it glitters and gives me everything that I need my eyeshadow to give me. So this was me just blending it in. Next, I wiped off my lip gloss so that I was going to be able to apply my lipstick. Forgive me that I'm talking so fast, but because this video is quite short and I also have to give you like a proper report of everything. So yeah, I went in with to line my lip, and I used a brown, you know, lipstick from my lipstick palette to, you know, do the lower part. Then I went in with a pinkish nude in the middle, because I think I was supposed to wear a very baby pink cloth, but my tailor messed up. But yeah, I still wore a pink dress, so I just ensured that, you know, my lipstick was quite light. So yeah, I was taking off my setting powder, and I learned this trick from Adilge, and what she had taught me was, instead of just wiping off your setting powder, use your brush to ensure that you are setting it in, and then at the same time use your powder to, you know, ensure that it is staying in place. So next, I just blended like my entire face together, took off my scarf, and, you know, just tried to blend in that line, and there goes my very pretty smile. So at this point here, I applied foundation to the parts where, you know, my scarf had stopped at, and this was me just, you know, ensuring that I blended everything well into my edges. I later went in with my bigger blending brush or blending film or blender, and yeah, then next thing, I concealed my lip, you know, to ensure that everything was well pouted, like a pouty. Then I went in with my gloss. Right, there's no complete lipstick for me. There's no complete lipstick without gloss in it. What are you even doing if you're not glossing your lips? Right, and here's my favorite part of my makeup, my eyeliner. And here I used a gel eyeliner. I can't remember the name, but I'm going to add the name of the gel eyeliner in the description box. I'm going to add the name of all of my products in the description box. So yeah, basically I think, yeah, I did the same under eye. For the other eye, went ahead to also line like the upper part of my eyes, and yeah, that's me doing it. That's me ensuring that I was getting all the angles. So yeah, next thing I did was use my setting powder to, you know, also set my face one last time, because I told you guys that I didn't use a primer. Next thing, I went in with my MAC powder to, you know, finally give it, you know, that finishing touch. And look at my face is already popping. Very fine, babe, right? Yeah. So okay, this was me blending and blending, but let me just continue. So after this, I went in with my setting spray. That's the one that I used in the beginning. It's a Kiss Beauty product. I went in with my setting spray and then I sprayed my face to ensure that, you know, all of these things that I used, you know, that they stayed. All right, this was how I finally looked. Such a beauty. Right now, tell me, did you like this video? If you did, let me know in the comment section. All right, bye.